Hello everyone, welcome to the award ceremony for the 2021 Blue Fringe Art and Literature Festival. I would like to introduce Auntie Carol Cooper for the Welcome to Country.
As a Darug and Gunnegarra person from this area, I'd like to welcome you here today. I pay my respects to elders past, those that are present, but more importantly, a lot of love to the up-and-coming generation. No matter how old you are still here and we care about you. Blue Fringe cares about you. I've never known a group that has gone out of their way as much as Blue Fringe has. And that's just to help people that they know need help, need to be recognised. Let you know that what you're doing is great. And that is very, very special. So I hope this year is going to be the greatest year, and I know it will be because everybody's so excited about it. And if they're excited, I'm excited, so this is really great. But please, please, even if you give it your best, if you don't think you've given it your best, just remember, people will be looking at it and people will be saying, wow, isn't that terrific? And you're going to feel so great. So everybody, have a fantastic time. I'll be there. I don't know how, but I will be there somehow. And I just want to say congratulations to all of you. It doesn't matter whether you win or not, it's you're putting in. You're doing something, not just to help yourself, but to help everybody else. So enjoy it. Have a great time, and just remember, it's all about you.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 2021 Blue Fringe Art and Literature Award ceremony. My name is Imelda Eames and I am the Community Development Worker at Springwood Neighbourhood Centre. I would like to introduce the rest of the Blue Fringe Organising Committee to you all. Nikki Boyce from Belong Blue Mountains, Sherry Brandon from the Blue Mountains Women's Health and Resource Centre, Megan Butler, who has many years experience working in the mental health sector, Lee Mitchell, Karen Stevenson and Rhonda Santi, who are fabulous volunteers with the committee and have been on the committee for a number of years. This year Blue Fringe is 29. Blue Fringe began its days as the Adrian Brown Awards back in 1992. Adrian's long struggle with her mental health was at times relieved by her love for poetry, the arts and music. Adrian is remembered in the Blue Fringe Arts and Literature Festival for her passion for creative expression. As we approach 30 years of Blue Fringe, it is clear that it has grown into an event that captures the hearts and the imagination of the Mountains community and well beyond. 2020 and again this year saw many events cancelled and long lockdowns. Despite the global pandemic, Blue Fringe, its community of artists has endured. More than endured. In January, we were honoured to receive a Blue Mountain City Council Australia Day Award, and we have just recently learnt that we've won a Mental Health Commission Way Ahead Award for our community initiative. These awards cannot happen without ongoing support from our community. This year, Bendigo Bank was given the title of Patron to reflect the long-standing supportive role Bendigo Bank has shown Blue Fringe over many years. I would like to introduce Peter Carroll from Bendigo Bank.
Greetings everyone and welcome to the Blue Fringe Art Festival 2021. I'm addressing you as a volunteer director of Bendigo Community Bank Katoomba, a patron of the Blue Fringe Art Festival. My name is Peter Carroll and I'm a retired international development specialist, agriculturalist, having lived in Asia for some 18 years working for an international organisation until I retired to the Blue Mountains in February 1999. I joined a number of local organisations, including the Rotary Club of Central Blue Mountains, to sustain my mental health in retirement. My relationship with Blue Fringe Art began following my coordination of the first Rotary Community Forum on Mental Health Issues in the Blue Mountains, held in Leura in June 2001. In the process of organising this forum, I met Mary Waterford, who assisted me greatly and subsequently invited me to join RAMI, Raising Awareness of Mental Health Issues. I learned about the importance of awareness and a proper understanding of mental health issues and the need for strong community support to help those suffering and recovering from such issues. I also was made aware of the importance of the Blue Fringe Art Festival in helping people recovering from mental health issues regain and strengthen their creativity and confidence, and so important to their recovery process. This was in addition to educating the general public about mental health and helping to remove the old stigmas associated with mental illnesses. I attended my first Blue Fringe Art Festival, and from 2002 to 2010 I organised my Rotary Club to donate $200 per year to support the festival, and most years I attended and gave out one of the prizes as well. In the meantime, I became a member of the Katoomba Chamber of Commerce and Community, and in 2007 I joined the committee that set up the Bendigo Community Bank in Katoomba. After much hard work, we opened our doors on the 7th of December 2009. What exactly is a Bendigo Community Bank, you may ask? It is a component of Bendigo and Adelaide Bank Limited. Bendigo Bank itself began as a building society on the Bendigo goldfields as long ago as 1858. Bendigo and Adelaide Bank Limited was formed by the merger of Bendigo Bank Bendigo and Adelaide Bank South Australia in 2007. In 1998, in response to thousands of branch closings in rural areas and small suburban communities by the other banks across Australia, Bendigo Bank partnered with local communities to create a new shared value model, the Community Bank. These community banks operate as franchises, where the local community, through local shareholders and local volunteer directors, share gross profits 50-50 with Bendigo Bank Limited. All the banking aspects are managed by Bendigo Bank. The local company looks after the local venue and its staff and uses its profits to support local community activities. The community banks have been a resounding success, and there are now 324 community bank branches throughout Australia, and these provide all the everyday banking facilities given by the Big Four banks, but at the same time supporting their local communities, which is more than their big banks do. To date, some $272 million has been returned to communities across Australia. Our local branch in Katoomba has given $876,000 back to our community since its inception, including dividends of $297,000 to our shareholders, who I add must be local, and $579,000 awarded to the 470 local sponsorships. We have sponsored Blue Fringe Art Festival each year since 2012, totalling $9,500, and I have continued to attend most years and give out one of the prizes. So overall, my involvement with Blue Fringe through Rotary and Bendigo Community Bank has continued for 18 years. The festival has been held annually for many years, 29 I believe, and this has been achieved as a result of the immense efforts of your committees and all the volunteers involved in organising it, and especially the entrants and their magnificent contributions, which after all make the festival possible. I congratulate and thank each and every one of you for your devotion and hard work, and I urge you to continue each year with your wonderful efforts. We at Bendigo are proud to be your patron and wish you all great success and above all good health into the future.
In recent years, support for Blue Fringe has come from generous local businesses. Blue Fringe is delighted to have the ongoing support of Blue Mountain City Council and several of the councillors each year. We also greatly appreciate the contributions from Katrina Swan Real Estate, Blackheath Area Neighbourhood Centre, Mountain High Pies, Headspace Katoomba, Varuna Writers House, and Maber Business Services. In 2021, we warmly welcome Stride Mental Health as a financial contributor. Stride has been represented in the organising committee for many years, but this year they also became our gold sponsor. I welcome Kate Snars from Stride Mental Health to speak.
Good afternoon, and thank you to all you fabulous guests and artists for joining us for the 2021 Blue Fringe Awards. I'm recording this on Darug land today, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging as the holders of the memories, the traditions, the culture and the spiritual well-being of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples across the nation. I acknowledge any sorry business that may be affecting communities as a whole. My name is Kate Snars and I'm a Regional Manager for Stride Mental Health. Stride has been walking alongside people with mental health issues since 1907, and it's really true to say that we've had an enduring connection to the arts since our inception, really. In all honesty, 1907 wasn't the best time for mental health services in Australia. It was a time of underfunding and misunderstanding, and it led to a situation where many people released from mental health hospitals had to start their life completely alone. Emily Patterson was blind from birth, but she was also a talented pianist and a composer, and she lived near Gladesville Mental Hospital, as it was known at the time. She visited patients there and often invited them to her home for concerts and arvo tea, hearing firsthand how hard it was for them to find a job and a stable home after being discharged, especially for women. And Emily became friends with many of these folks. And in that way, Aftercare was born. It was an association for helping people to find a safe place to live, a place to work, and friendship. It's over a century later now, and Aftercare has changed. We're now known as Stride, and we provide about 50 services across 4 states, and we employ over 700 staff. Having said that, those first principles set down by Emily with creativity and self-expression at their core remain with us as we work to make every day a little easier and every tomorrow a wee bit brighter. One of our Stride values is outside the box, and perhaps that's part of why Blue Fringe resonates so much with us and why we're so committed to it. Amongst all the incredible works this year, I see artists who we've walked alongside on their recovery journey, artists who've worked at Stride in the past, and artists who work with us still. It makes me really deeply proud to see you all here. And it's such an impressive collection of works this year. As I wander through the virtual halls and browse the virtual book, I really can't help but notice that in the year of staying home, there are so many artists and writers here exploring our connection to the natural world in this dizzying array of colours and perspectives and modalities. Thank you all for giving me that joy as I sit here in my spare bedroom in the last of the afternoon sun. Thank you also to the indefatigable Blue Fringe Committee, a more tenacious and passionate committee than any I have ever had the privilege to see. Year after year, the Blue Fringe Committee outdo themselves, and I guarantee you 2021 is no exception. I'm so delighted to see the festival and all your hard work recognised by the Way Ahead Mental Health Matters Awards. It's just a fantastic honour. Thank you for giving us all the opportunity to connect with the artists around, beside, and within ourselves. In difficult times like those we've seen in the last few years, the power of art and literature to replenish our resilience and restore our equilibrium is fundamental. As Margaret Butel has written in her superb entry, the cycle of life can be cruel, but isn't the song of the magpie beautiful? I hope that everyone online can take some small piece of that beauty away with them today and keep it in their pocket for when they need it the most. Thank you so much for having me.
And now to the awards. The award in adult entries for art, we have Raina Fellows from Mountain High Pies.
G'day everyone, my name's Damien, and together with my partner Raina, we're the owners and operators of Mountain High Pies. And we've been involved with Blue Fringe Arts now for a couple of years. I guess we became engaged in the usual way when we were asked to sponsor the event in some sort of capacity. And after we had a look at the event and what the outcomes were, was something we decided we definitely wanted to be a part of. We've been asked to just briefly speak about why we wanted to be involved, and there's a number of reasons, but I guess this year being such a disrupted and isolating year, I think it really, for me, shone a light on the fact that one of the major outcomes of mental illness is loneliness and the feeling of isolation, and I guess from a personal perspective, the feeling of just not quite fitting in. So to have an event like this that really sort of highlights that and shows the importance of engagement and just being a part of something, I think is absolutely crucial at this particular moment in time. So I'd really like to congratulate the organising committee on being able to, firstly on their perseverance and just being able to get an event like this over the line at this particular time. From my perspective as an art lover, I've really enjoyed having a look at all of the different works that have been part of the festival. I think unlike a normal art exhibition, this seems to be more of a celebration of art than just a normal exhibition. So it's been great to observe in that point of view. We've got so many different people with their own life experience and their own perspective, using all sorts of different mediums and just giving us so many different outcomes, and it's been a very a joyous thing to be part of. I've had the pleasure of being able to look at all the works, and it hasn't been my task to actually select the winner. That task has been given to Raina, and while she's not here to announce the winners, I've been given I do have the honour of announcing them. So I'll just get my virtual envelopes here. So firstly, I'd just like to announce the runner-up, or I guess the highly commended award, and this goes to Nina Bartley for the work The Insight. Very colourful, very creative. I'll just read the judges' comments now. Illustrated in a manga style, this work has been beautifully painted using soft pastel colours in acrylics. I love the composition and the cleanly painted lines. I feel it's an original design by the artist and gives me a rather calm feeling. I feel the artist is rather spiritual with an open heart. It's a beautiful work. Congratulations, Nina. Very deserving, highly commended award. So now to the winner. As selected by Raina, the winner for this category is Bunny Griffin for her work titled Solo. Judges' comments are, as I don't have an insight into the story behind the work other than the image in front of me, I feel a lot of emotion coming from this painting. I love the composition and the painterly way the images of mother and child are done. Juxtaposed against the scarcely drawn background and very little paint elsewhere to complete the work, which suggest to me feelings of a struggle and perhaps going without. the artist is well deserving of first place. So congratulations, Bunny, very deserving winner, well done. And just again, thank you very much to the committee for their efforts in organising the festival, and thank you for letting us be part of it.
The award in adult entries in photography, we have Ross Jamieson from the Blue Mountains Mental Health Access Team.
Hello everybody, my name is Ross Jamieson and I work for Nepean Blue Mountains Local Health District as a team leader of the Blue Mountains Mental Health Access Team. We've lived in the Blue Mountains since 2006 and I've been lucky enough to live and work in the same place, as well as serve my local community as a clinician, as a manager and as a volunteer. Every year it never ceases to amaze me the number of people who are touched by Blue Fringe. Those who are organising it or involved in the organisation, those who support others to contribute artworks to Blue Fringe, and those who contribute artworks themselves. This year, as a lover of nature and a lover of photography, I'm really lucky to be able to present the winners of the Photography Awards. Highly commended is Brett Greenhalgh's image of two kangaroos, and the judge has made particular comment on this, saying that it takes a great deal of skill and gear and patience to capture wildlife. The photo itself has great depth, lighting and composition. I love it because it captures two kangaroos, two wild creatures, in this moment of intimacy. It's an absolutely beautiful photo. The winner this year is Stephen Giorgio's photo, Escaping Lockdown. It captures the essence of the Blue Mountains, and the photographer has put a great deal of patience and thought into the composition. It is a metaphor of hope. It's a photo that has the darkness around it, which could be COVID. For me, it has the green, which could be recovery from bushfire. And it invites us through this tunnel, out of the darkness and into the light, and into this world that is new and yet to be explored. Thank you for inviting me to be able to be involved in Blue Fringe again, and I'm really pleased to have been able to see these photos and announce the winners. Good luck to both of you. Thank you everybody.
The award in adult entries in textiles, I'm delighted to introduce Kathy Rood from Blackheath Area Neighbourhood Centre.
Hi, my name's Kathy Rood, the Neighbourhood Centre Coordinator from Blackheath Area Neighbourhood Centre. I'm delighted to be presenting an award at this year's Blue Fringe. Bank has been connected with Blue Fringe for many years, especially collating the literary competition in the past, being a member of past working groups, and recently as a collection point for entries. It's so lovely to see the high numbers of entries this year. The quality has been amazing. We know that being creative and expressing yourself through art in all its forms is so important for an individual's mental health and the community's collective well-being. I now have the great pleasure of announcing the Blue Fringe Highly Commended Textiles Award for 2021. The award goes to Yvonne Larkins for the piece entitled Hanging by a Thread. The judges commented that the delicacy of this work helps convey the fragility of its title. It looks like a garment we could take on and off, but not a comfortable one. The use of string evokes notions of being bound up. Is it our personas, our gender? Either way, its transparent nature confirms that it is something insubstantial and could change easily. I'd like to congratulate Yvonne on this piece that is delicate but robust and invites many different thoughts the more I look at it. Congratulations. I'd now like to award the winner of the textile category. The winner of the Blue Fringe Textiles category 2021 is Lee Morris for their piece entitled Firestorm. The judges commented This thoughtful work creates attention by presenting us with a book form suggesting a story, but the language is of raw emotion conveyed through colour and surface treatment. Presenting it as a book not only shows us a high degree of technical competence, but suggests that a way of assimilating and making sense of the devastating experience can be through storytelling. Words and stories have a capacity to objectify experiences, and therefore they can help gain control of big feelings. The earthy colours evoke the debris from a bushfire. It could be a response to either an internal or external disaster. I'd like to congratulate Lee for winning this award. Images and words collected into a story certainly do help people make sense of that story and what's happened to them in the world. In concluding, I'd like to thank the community and the committee for again coming together to support Blue Fringe and the work that it does with helping those of us with a lived experience of mental health. Thank you.
I welcome Cheryl Tate to announce the Peter Markwick Sculpture Awards in the adult category.
Welcome everyone. My name is Cheryl Tate and it's my honour to be here today, even if it's by the means of technology. I sponsor the Sculpture Prize in memory of my late husband, Peter Markwick. Peter had a mental illness which did not stop him from being a gifted painter, sculptor and writer. Peter entered the Blue Fringe Art and Literature Awards for more than 30 years. He began entering in the days when the awards were the Adrian Brown Awards, before they became the Blue Fringe Awards in 1992. He was a regular prize winner in a number of categories. Blue Fringe organisers tell me that Peter lobbied hard to encourage them to create a separate section for sculpture. So I guess today's winners may have Peter to thank for that. Peter always enjoyed entering the Blue Fringe and said that entering and winning prizes gave him encouragement and affirmation of his artistic skills and the motivation to keep pursuing his art and the opportunity to exhibit his artworks and even sell some of them. I hope artists in this exhibition will also gain that encouragement and those opportunities. I did note the high number of entries this year and commend the committee for all their hard work and the volunteers and sponsors without whom this Festival of Arts and Talents could not take place. I miss being able to see the works and their creators in person this year, but one of the advantages for you artists is that your work can now be seen by anyone all over the world, not just those who could visit the exhibition in the Blue Mountains. Now for the part that you've all been waiting for, the prize winners. I don't envy the judge in having to choose between such a diverse and interesting selection of sculpture works. So I have the winners here. So before I announce the winner, the judge was Margarita Sampson, and we would like to thank her. And her overall comment on the exhibition was, I want to commend all of the entrants on their work and that it was difficult to select just 2 works. So our first award is for highly commended, and that goes to Karen Stevenson for her work Kailini. But this is the judge's comment. This work was an interesting mix of restrained abstraction and flamboyant decoration, and well finished. I found my eye travelling between the abstracted starfish-like form of the body and then moving into the detail and back again. It is joyful, playful, and has a sound understanding of form in the service of an idea. It also has a great chunky solidity, bringing in mind Nikki St. Phal's Nanas, well done. And if you go onto the website and look at that, you can see that wonderful work of Karen's, and I do agree with the judge. It does remind us of Nikki St. Phal's work, because one of the thoughts behind her work was that all women are goddesses regardless of shape, size or colour, and this playful yet solid work really reminds us of that. So congratulations to Karen for that. And now the winner. The winning work goes to Lee Mitchell for his work, The God Helmet. The judge was obviously very impressed with this work. Here are the judge's comments. Wow, this is a really great work. A strong initial concept that has been expressed thoughtfully through the chosen materials and then finished very elegantly. It combines energy, humour and sensitivity with an artist's eye for colour, form and functionality. A cracker of a work, and I look forward to seeing more work from this artist. And congratulations to Lee for that wonderful work, The God Helmet. I've had a look on that on the website, and I do commend that you go to the website and actually read what Lee has written about the work, because the idea behind this work is sensational. And to me, the idea, you need to go on and read it. The idea, and then putting that idea into a physical form of work, was really outstanding. So congratulations to Lee. So congratulations to our prize winners, and of course to all our artists. It's an achievement just to have done the work and get the work in the Blue Fringe exhibition. For other people viewing this, I commend to you all of the works. Go and have a look. Maybe even spend some of the money that you may have saved in lockdown, because the money may be a small amount to you, but you may never know what a difference it will make having their work purchased to the artist. Thank you.
The Blue Fringe Organising Committee would not be as dynamic and active as it is without the amazing volunteers who step up each year to share their knowledge and experience. One of those volunteers is Rhonda Santi, who has been a committee member for many years.
Hi, my name's Rhonda Santi and I'm a volunteer member of the Blue Fringe Committee. I first became involved with Blue Fringe in a paid capacity with Ability Links and have returned as a volunteer for a number of years. And that's because there's something special about Blue Fringe. It's every year there's a bit of Blue Fringe magic. Over the years you see little things and life-changing things and creations and connections, and that's the magic of Blue Fringe. I think its value is almost intangible. It's not something that can be easily captured in data or written in words in a report. It's something profound and wondrous, and it's something to be celebrated. I'd also like to call out to my fellow committee members right now, because I think that the way that we work together and our connections and the way we support one another is also something to be celebrated, and I thank you for that. Over the years, Blue Fringe has tried to increase the involvement of young people in Blue Fringe in recognition of the importance of those conversations about well-being and mental health, but also to celebrate the resilience and creativity of young people. And for that reason, I'm really pleased to see that there's a strong youth component in Blue Fringe 2021, and also very excited to welcome Headspace from Katoomba as a supporter of Blue Fringe. So to that end, I'd like to welcome Deborah Maymoring from Headspace in Katoomba to bring you youth art.
Hi everyone, I'm Deborah, Senior Clinician at Headspace in Katoomba. My pronouns are she, her, and I would like to acknowledge that I am speaking today on Darug and Gundungurra land and pay my respects to the traditional owners, elders, past, present and emerging, who have always and continue to nurture the land we are fortunate to call home here in the Blue Mountains. We are very privileged to be able to support the amazing Blue Fringe Festival following our first anniversary of our opening at Headspace in Katoomba. We have been fortunate to have had the opportunity to support more than 420 young people in that time with their mental health and well-being, and issues that impact it, such as work and study, family relationships, addiction, sexual health and physical health. In our messages in person or via telehealth and on our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram, we suggest taking 7 small steps to improve our mental health. And the first of these is getting into life, being creative. So it's appropriate that we support the Blue Fringe Festival and support the youth prizes for art. The Blue Fringe speaks very strongly to what we do here at Headspace Katoomba. We have been amazed by the quality and quantity of entries that I in particular have very much enjoyed viewing, and will encourage others all around the world and all around the country to watch as well. I have the pleasure now of announcing the winners. Must have been a very tough job. So the judge was Jennifer Trezise, and her overall comments were, I was very impressed with the high standard of all the entries, which included a good cross-section of mediums and age groups. The young artists expressed their ideas succinctly and showed great skill. There were many innovative ideas, and all are worthy of being in the Blue Fringe exhibition for this year. The winner of youth photography, being awarded $100, is Elijah McGlenshie Gildea for Sky Hoop. This digital photographic image allows the viewer to imagine himself or herself or theirself lying on a trampoline in the backyard, daydreaming while looking up at the sky. There is a very clever placement of the basketball hoop, almost appearing to be attached to the outside rim of the trampoline net, and suggests the title for the work. One can imagine and relate to this work because of its simplicity and honesty. The image is in focus and well balanced. Winner of Youth Textiles, $100 again goes to Belle Blandin de Chalane for a piece called His Garden. This textile piece at first appears to be simple, but it is in fact very complex, with a large variety of textile skills demonstrated in the execution of the work. One can appreciate the time and effort in creating this lovely piece. The composition is well balanced and uses both textures and shapes to imply depth, so that one can meander through the landscape of the garden. I particularly like the way that the child in the boat peers into the intricate shapes and colours of the water. Now another winner of Youth Art, $100 prize, goes to Miriam Roediger for a piece called Unseen. With a clear reference to Gleason, this meticulous work uses the postmodern vehicle of appropriation to create the composition. The subtle reference to the title is very clever, as one can see the face peering through the clouds to view the landscape. The wonderful use of rich, warm colour contrasts with the dramatic blue eyeball and the neutral grey of the glasses on the face. The use of mixed art mediums is also very appropriate to the work, as the artist has been able to enhance the fine detail with mediums that can give intricate line. And finally, winner of the Youth Sculpture, again $100 is awarded to Heidi Willingham for a piece called Ivy Treehouse. This whimsical treehouse uses a mixture of materials to create a three-dimensional sculpture which works in the round and in every direction from which it is viewed. It is a delightful representation of a fantasy treehouse, perfect for every child to enjoy. There is a mixture of assembly, modelling, and the addition of texture and paint to complete the work. Of course, all of this event wouldn't be possible without the amazing work and dedication of the committee for the Blue Fringe Festival 2021. That includes Belong, Blue Mountains, Springwood Neighbourhood Centre Co-op, Stride and the Blue Mountains, Women's Health and Resource Centre, and of course a big band of dedicated and passionate volunteers. So thank you again for this amazing opportunity for Headspace Katoomba.
The Blue Fringe Organising Committee relies strongly on the ongoing and dedicated support of Springwood Neighbourhood Centre and Belong Blue Mountains Neighbourhood Centres. Both these community organisations have been involved with Blue Fringe for many, many years, and without their ongoing dedication to the event, we would not be celebrating 29 years. I'm delighted to introduce Kath Harrison, CEO of Belong Blue Mountains, to speak about the importance of the Literature Awards.
Hello everybody, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Kath Harrison. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Belong Blue Mountains Community and Neighbourhood Services. And it gives me great pleasure again to be here sharing the experience of the Blue Fringe Art and Literary Awards for 2021. I have been a supporter and involved obviously in my role as the CEO of Belong Blue Mountains and our role, an ongoing role in Blue Fringe for many years now. The Blue Fringe Arts and Literature Award have been, we are in, I think, our 29th year. So next year is the big 30th year. And what an important calendar event this is for art, for creativity, for raising community awareness of the extraordinary talents of people who are challenged in their lives by living with the experience of mental illness. The awards came about as a result of the legacy of Adrienne Brown, and Adrienne chose to leave us far too young, and her family dedicated this art and literature event to her, and now we have the genesis of the Blue Fringe Awards. And I'm here to say what an extraordinary experience it is for me each year to read the literature that is submitted to us and is in the book that you will see. And I'd like to acknowledge the extraordinary bravery that each and every one of you who contribute give us on those pages, a glimpse into other people's lives, a glimpse into your experiences. And thank you for that bravery and for the integrity with which you bring your story to us and your stories to us each year. I must absolutely acknowledge the ongoing support of Varuna, the National Writers' House, to this extraordinary event. And Varuna has been a sponsor and a supporter and a champion for the Blue Fringe Literature Awards across the life of this extraordinary event. And Varuna continues to support us and give us the ability to judge from a national writers' construction these awards. I'd like to congratulate the entrants, each and every one of you. The Literary Awards have grown this year. We've grown the participants by around 40%. So we had 52 entries this year, and I have read them and they are extraordinary again. So thank you, and thank you for the ongoing experience I am afforded each year. This is a very special event on our calendar and celebrating Mental Health Month. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the awards and to introduce our judge this year of the Blue Fringe Literature Awards. So with no further ado, I would like very much to introduce Zoe Harrington to us all, who was our judge this year. And again, congratulations to each and every one of you, and heartfelt thanks to Zoe and to Verona, our National Writers' House, for the gravitas you bring to honouring the work we have today. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Zoe Harrington. To begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Darug and Gundagara people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and future. It has been an honour and a privilege to be the judge of the literature section for the 2021 Blue Fringe Art and Literature Festival. Verona recognises the importance of this event and its celebration of creativity whilst raising a community awareness of mental illness. Removing barriers and creating opportunities for writers with lived experience of mental illness is important for Australian writing in order for it to accurately reflect the diversity within our culture. Verona is honoured to be involved in this wonderful event. I would like to congratulate all the entrants. You all deserve to be commended for your brilliant works. Each of your submissions have given me a broader understanding of the strength and resilience of those impacted by mental illness, and the power of your writing will indeed leave a lasting impression in the way that great writing does. So thank you for allowing me into your world. So for the announcements. For the adult short story section, I award highly commended to Not a Short Note by Albert Walsh. This story deftly describes the terror experienced by a parent trying to rescue his child from suicide. The pacing of the story had me compelled from beginning until the end, but as the story suggests, there is no end, just another road to travel. The dialogue was expertly written. It is a rare gift to be able to render a voice with such sincerity. Congratulations. For the winner, I award Saint Carmel by Louise Looms. Saint Carmel is a short story about the death of a child. It is a scene of utter tragedy. The skillful use of magical realism echoes great works by authors such as Winton and Marquez. The distortion of time in a crisis really spoke to the way that we experience time in extremis, the denial of reality equally as the father shrouds himself with the aegis of hope was heartbreakingly potent. The images evoked of the child's head being kissed by her father and then him spitting in God's face highlights the feeling of powerlessness that death imparts, suggesting that it is something that only gods can atone for. This is a remarkable work and it has left an indelible mark. Congratulations. Now to adult poetry. Highly commended goes to Fringe Benefits by Lulu Joy. This short dramatic monologue presents the effects of the pandemic on polar opposites, imagined as characters named Loopy and Slick. In true dramatic form, Loopy addresses Slick as a silent listener. The poem stood out for its highly engaging and playful voice. The language is inventive. This work should be both performed and read. The formatting of the poem is masterful, as the light forming through the augmented interstices between the words emphasizes the separation which we have all experienced during the pandemic, as well as creating a sense of disorientation as our worlds have been turned upside down. And yet in this way we are all equal. Loopy, the stilted wobbly clown, whose voice we hear, and their counterpoint Slick, both struggle as a result of the extreme circumstances, playing on the universality of crisis. I just adored this poem. Congratulations. Now for the winner of the poetry section, The Yellow Sundress by Eleanor Madden. This image-rich poem laments the power of a garment to evoke the memory of a wearer long after they have gone. The use of enjambment also emphasizes the sense that grief persists beyond the line. Written in free verse, it reminds me of Carol Ann Duffy's poem, Warming Her Pearls. where the body heat imbued in a strand of pearls represents the presence of a person in love with the wearer. As the pearls cool, like the garment hung on the back of the door, there is an overwhelming sense of absence. The life that the yellow sundress enjoyed when animated by the young girl, and then the way that it is hung lifeless, is a strong and unforgettable analogy for a death. Congratulations. Now to the Youth Awards. Let me say that the works submitted for this section all showed an exceptional level of maturity and understanding of poetry and short fiction. You all deserve commendations. The winner of the short story section is Time is a Circle by Tamsin McGrother. With this story, I'm reminded of the Portuguese poet Fernando Pessoa's famous declaration, "Be plural like the universe." There is something so alluring about the idea of reincarnation, that being is not limited to one perspective, particularly for a writer. Indeed, it is the appeal of literature as we step into the skins of other characters and live in worlds that have been dreamed of by others or by ourselves. In this wonderful depiction of reincarnation, presented as an eternal state of metamorphosis, we are invited to contemplate forever. What is forever? Can we fathom it? What does it feel like to have lived so many lives? Is it a burden or is it a gift? Time is a Circle is a wonderful story created by an author who is clearly a writer, poet, and philosopher, with wisdom well beyond his years. Great. Now, for the poetry section, this year's winner of the Youth Poetry Prize is On Being Alive by Anna Carewe. The feeling of this poem was akin to holding a seashell close to your ear and hearing the voice of the ocean. It felt like a private meditation on existence that I had become privy to. The use of lowercase enjambment and the omission of punctuation made the thought seem rapid, tumbling whispers. Then suddenly, the reader's presence is recognised with the last line, and that's on being alive. The voice of this poem demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of the language of poetry, as well as a natural affinity for the form. In the line, then who am I? The I is in lowercase and exhibits the same kind of humble playfulness as seen in the works of E. Cummings. On Being Alive is also reminiscent of Hamlet's famous soliloquy, but instead of to be or not to be, here the voice is querying the very state of being I. And so we reach the end. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity, and I look forward to reading more works by all of you in the future. Thank you.
And we have Susie Van Opdorp presenting the Maurice Brady Award winners for literature and art.
Hello everyone, it's great to be part of Blue Fringe again this year. My name's Susie Van Opdorp and I'm presenting the Maurice Brady Literary and Visual Arts prizes. Maurice Brady was a community worker with council for many years. He and John Ellison were part of the original committee that got the Arts Awards going. Originally, they were part of the Adrian Brown Memorial Trust and then later transitioned into what we now know as the Blue Fringe Arts Awards. It's wonderful that these awards have kept going for 20 years plus. That's very encouraging and a real tribute to the energy of the people who have continued the work and also all of the artists who have contributed. Today I get to announce two prizes, the first being the Maurice Brady Visual Arts Prize. It was a very hard decision as there were so many excellent entries. In fact, this year was the biggest ever. So the process to choose one was extremely difficult. Having said that, having identified the winner does not diminish at all the quality of the other entries, because They were fantastic. I just wanted to comment on a few of them before I announce the winner of the Visual Arts Prize. I'll just look at my notes for a moment. I thought A7, Golden Tears, was really beautiful. There were so many absolutely beautiful ones. There were some challenging works. For instance, Surviving His Disillusionment was quite a challenging piece. From the Depths, which was another fabulous artwork, and Manifested the Person, which again was a more challenging work. I congratulate all the artists for preparing their works for this year's awards and entering them. I know it takes a lot of energy and is probably quite daunting at the same time, so thank you. I wanted to announce the winner of the Visual Arts Prize today. I'll just open the envelope. This year's Visual Arts Prize goes to A25, Early Morning Portrait. As is the case every year, the selections are done anonymously, so I don't know who the artist is, but I want to congratulate you. It's a fabulous work. And I have to say, if I looked that good in the mornings when I got up, I'd be quite happy, so good on you. I also wanted to announce the Literary Prize. Again, there were so many excellent entries that really spoke to the experience of living with mental illness and living with challenges. We all do live with challenges, and it's a whole other thing to actually describe them and lay them bare to the public. So again, I thank all of the writers who gave so much of themselves in preparing their works. Unfortunately, I can only give a prize to one person, and in this instance the prize goes to the author of God Gave Me 5 Butterflies. I thought that was a really lovely piece. I liked the repetition in it. I liked the imagery of the 5 butterflies, and I want to congratulate the writer. So thanks everyone for being part of this year's awards. Hopefully we can meet next year in person. I also want to thank the organisers, especially Melda, Cherie, and all the others who have brought this year's festival to fruition.
We have some generous members of the Blue Mountains community who assist us in their capacity as judges or presenters. We had an increase of 83% in entries this year from last year, so the judges certainly had their work cut out for them. Thank you to all these wonderful people. You all contribute to the success of Blue Fringe. We now come to the People's Choice Award. We have Susan Templeman announcing the People's Choice in both literature and art.
It is wonderful to be able to be coming to you from Parliament House. It's not the same as being there in person, and I know we all miss that. But I'm so thrilled to be announcing the winners of the People's Choice Awards. For me, Blue Fringe has been part of my parliamentary and pre-parliamentary life, and in fact behind me is a beautiful piece by a young man called Alan that I bought at Blue Fringe a few years ago. Something I do every year, and I encourage everybody to jump online like I have this year and make a purchase. But now to the winners. I have 2 wonderful prizes to announce. The first is the winner in the People's Choice in Art, and this is of course voted on by people who've gone on and viewed the Blue Fringe art and the literature side. So the winner, I feel like we need a drum roll here, for an amazing piece called Lollipops is Graham Lonnie Lonard, and it is so lovely to see Graham's beautiful, well, Lonnie, we all call him Lonnie's gorgeous face, his brightly coloured beard. And I want to read his artist statement because it says, "I colour my beard to bring smiles to others and to put a smile on my dial. I have an extensive lived experience in the recovery and awareness of mental illness and advocate not just for myself, but for others as well. Colour brings life. And I hope winning People's Choice also brings colour to your life, Lonnie. Now, the second award that I get to announce is the winner of the People's Choice in Literature. And this goes to a poem, a beautiful poem entitled Fine, and it's by Catherine B. It is a really beautiful piece of poetry, and I want to congratulate Catherine for capturing, I think, what every one of us is feeling about lockdown. It's called Fine, and I don't think I'm giving it away by saying it, but it picks up on that response when someone says, "How are you?" and you say fine. But, there might be something sitting beneath that. So I'd really encourage people to jump online and take a moment, read this poem. I think it just captures so much, and it is no surprise to me that other people it's resonated with them and other people have picked it as their winner. So congratulations to Catherine and Lonnie, and also congratulations to you wonderful people organising Blue Fringe. Oh, they're the bells to say that Parliament is sitting. So that will I don't have to race, but that will just be my background as I thank all of you who've been involved in making sure that people with lived experience of mental illness can express themselves and be creative and have that creativity recognised. I think it's been more important than ever. I think we said the same thing last year, but even more so this year after that really hard lockdown. So congratulations, everybody. Next year, let's do this in person.
And to announce the Participants' Choice Award, I welcome Trish Doyle to announce these awards, the winners in both literature and art.
Hi everyone, I'm actually here in my office. I'm attending New South Wales Parliament at the moment, but I'm doing so remotely. So I'm still in the Blue Mountains, but I'm in my electorate office. And shortly after I have a quick chat with you and announce some excellent winners, I'll head back into Parliament and participate remotely. I just wanted to acknowledge that I'm here on Darug and Gundungurra land and acknowledge our elders, past and present and emerging. And it's really nice to be part of this. I've been connected to Blue Fringe for many years now. It has a very special place in my heart. I think that mental well-being and finding ways to express ourselves through a whole range of issues is really important. So I want to thank the committee, the Blue Fringe Committee. The work that they do is incredible, and the art and literature that is part of this festival this year is a testament to their work. So there's been many challenges this year. I think there'd be very few people who haven't felt pressured. So to all of those who've expressed that pressure and expressed the difficulty of this past year, thank you. You're all winners. The virtual gallery is a real feast for the eyes and a bit of a salve for the soul too, I think. So congratulations to everyone for your efforts. It's my pleasure to announce the winners in the Participants' Choice in both art and literature. So it's really delightful to say that both winners this year are from the youth category. They're youth entrants. So good on you, young people. You're fabulous. We love you. So the winner for the Participants' Choice in art this year is Belle Blandon de Chalane for His Garden. Congratulations, Belle. And the winner in the Participants' Choice in literature this year goes to Taya Holmes for The Heart's Arrow. Congratulations, everyone. Go well and take care.
We have one final award to announce. Before I do, I'd like to give the biggest thank you to our contributing artists and writers. Without you, there would be no Blue Fringe. Through your words and pictures, you allow us to glimpse your inner worlds and share your dreams, and we thank you. Even as we're enjoying this fabulous event, We are planning for an even bigger one next year, hopefully face-to-face, to celebrate the 30th anniversary. We hope you're looking forward to being part of the Blue Fringe community and celebrating with us. Our final award today is the Blue Mountains City Council Overall Art Winner Award. Thank you to Mark Greenhill for presenting this award.
Hello, it's fantastic to be here. In the long term of my mayoralty, 8 years so far, I have treasured this event in the mayoral calendar the most. I've spoken before about my own journey, and I have to say that each year when I come to Blue Fringe, I reflect upon the community and the struggles of many, and this event gives me great meaning and a great sense of purpose. In 2021, Blue Fringe exhibition has had an 83% increase from last year. So there's a definite need in the community for a celebration of the creativity of people with a lived experience of mental health issues. And Blue Fringe has won 2 awards this year, the Community Achievement Award of the Year from the Blue Mountain City Council, and we just heard that the Way Ahead Community Initiative Award has also gone to Blue Fringe. Mental health is something that governments of all persuasions and at all levels have overlooked for too long, and we need to highlight that, and we need to continue to advocate. But as a community, events like this provide an opportunity for healing and for reflection. And it's when governments fail that communities really step up. And Blue Fringe, from its origins right through till now, has always stepped up. So I want to pay a tribute to the organisers of Blue Fringe and say that in the 8 years of my mayoralty, your efforts and your work in the community have meant so much to me. You are an absolute inspiration. I hope to be back next year, but if I'm not, can I just say how much my association with Blue Fringe has meant to me in the time that I've been in public life. It now behoves me to announce the winner. And the winning entry is from Bridget Goodane. And Bridget picks up the $500 prize for her piece titled Zoe. Zoe, enigmatic, a startling figure. Who is Zoe? I'm compelled to ask that question when I see this incredible image. Despite, or maybe because of, the indistinct portrait, it provokes empathy. I kept returning to it. It seems the most appropriate choice for this award. My eye kept coming back to that image. So, Bridget, my congratulations. Thank you for your entry. We celebrate you as an artist today, and we celebrate your journey and your expression of that journey. Thank you very much.
That concludes our 2021 Blue Fringe Art and Literature Awards ceremony. Please go to the website to see the items that are still available for sale until October 31st, and we encourage you to fill out the feedback form on the website as well. Thank you so much for being part of Blue Fringe 2021.